we have these three offerings under Azure or Microsoft cloud offering. So we can use infrastructure as a service where we can deploy a virtual machine and we can install our services. Their cloud service provider look after physical security or physical layer, network, storage, servers, and virtualization, where we have to, or consumer, cloud consumer can decide on operating system, middleware, runtime, data, and application. And most of the modules that we cover during this course, like let's say even RMS, Active Directory Domain Services, we started Active Directory Domain Services there, and then we discussed certificate services, and all the services that we discuss can be easily configured as a infrastructure as a service, which means we are deploying a virtual machine and we are installing and configuring in the same way, right? And also it provides platform as a service and software as a service. So platform as a service is there, you can directly create your SQL server, for an example, without installing a server. So the service is there, so you can directly go and just install this certificate as a service. Let me just quickly show you that. So here we have the Azure dashboard or the home screen. If you go in, you can create SQL database here, right? If you notice SQL database here, just without creating or without installing SQL server, so you can directly commission or create a database, and then you can assign configure connection string, and then you can use it in your application. So that's known as platform as a service. And within Azure, we will be focusing on Azure Active Directory mainly today, right? So there, if I go into the next one, so these Azure offerings, right? So these are three types of Azure services, and yeah, this is important, Azure Active Directory. So in Azure, identity system is Azure AD or Azure Active Directory, and there are different versions of Azure Active Directory, right? So, and then again, good to understand Office 365 and Azure, taking few minutes. Office 365 is a combination of the applications that offered by Microsoft, starting with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Delve, and now Power BI, and SharePoint Online, Exchange Online, OneDrive. So all these are comes as a part of Office 365, right? And also some of the Office 365 versions comes with Azure support. Now let's say even any Office 365 version, whenever you want to create a user, actually users being created on Azure, right? Azure is the backend or identity service provider for Office 365. And Azure Active Directory has few versions. Now if you noticed here, we have few versions. Now we have free version, we have basic, and now we have only standard version, and then premium 1, premium 2, and Office 365 apps version. Because depending with the subscription that you obtain Office 365, you get a specific version of Azure Active Directory. Mostly you get free version, right? And some Office 365 offering, for example E5, you get premium version. And then if you compare Azure and Office 365, Azure is a service or a cloud service where you can even deploy virtual machines, virtual networks, and all that. And Office 365 is an application. And Microsoft has created another product called Microsoft 365. I think in 2017 they released Microsoft 365. That is a combination of Office 365 and Windows 10 Enterprise and EMS. EMS is Enterprise Mobility and Security, right? So under this, they offer certain additional products like Intune. Intune is mobile device manager or mobile device management tool, comes within Azure. And so if you go to all services, this is my interface. If you go to all services, you have categorized set of services offered by Azure. As of now, you have around 600 services offered by Azure. If you go in, you would see under uh, Intune is a mobile device management tool, comes with Office 365. Now, if I go to Office 365 Admin Center, right? So if you go into Office 365 Admin Center, admin.microsoft.com, there you will find the users here. This is where you gonna create users in Office 365, active users. Sorry, if you go in, you are creating users using Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Whenever you create a user in Microsoft 365 or Office 365, actually you are creating users in Azure. So if you create user, you would see, if you go into Azure, you would see the users, same set of users there, right? So and here, if it is Microsoft 365, under because I said it's a three combination of three products, Windows 10 Enterprise License, Office 365, and EMS. EMS is Enterprise Mobility and Security. So under that you get in administrative tools, sorry, admin center, you will find now they have enabled even Azure Active Directory, where you can access Azure Active Directory through Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Right. So here this is the one, right? Azure Active Directory. Uh, you can create users directly on Azure Active Directory, or you can use Microsoft 365 because they have enabled this recently, and this is Azure. So I think you got an idea. Probably you might be using this. And the next thing is, when you compare on-premises and cloud, the main difference is on-premises we need to have a capital expenditure where we have upfront cost, because we need to purchase servers, we need to prepare the infrastructure, installing servers, operating systems, the licensing, and all these stuff. Okay, but when it comes to cloud, it's operation, as you know, the operational expenditure. So as you go on, you can make the payments, and it's per user per month basis. If you think about software as a service or Office 365 and Microsoft 365, it's a per user per month licensing. But if it is Azure, Azure has a different subscription model where you need to pay only for your usage. So let's say if you create a virtual machine there, and if virtual machine is running for 2 hours or 8 hours or 24 hours, so you need to make payments accordingly. So if you are interested, you can go and have a look there. Azure resources, you can find pricing calculator where you can have an understanding or an idea how much you have to pay, or sort of a um, estimated cost if you're running a virtual machine. And you can specify, there are a number of various sizes of virtual machines, and then when you specify a virtual machine, what would be the cost? The cost usually depends on the size of the virtual machine, and then the region that you're going to create. There is a slight difference in terms of pricing. So you can check your enterprise. So accordingly, Azure uses your subscription to charge it, or get the payment. So if you go in, you would see here Intune here. So Intune is the mobile device management one.